Post is proudly brought to you by Crest Savings Bank. Banking since 1919 with branches to serve you throughout Cape May County. Visit CrestSavings.com. This broadcast also brought to you in part by the Sprint Store in Cape May Courthouse. They'd like to wish all of the athletes in today's game best of luck in these state playoffs. Oliveri Chiropractic and Rehabilitation at 1501 Route 47 South in Rio Grande. Log on to oliverichiropractic.com for more info. Primo Hoagies for lunch, dinner, or a party tray for your next event. Tired of the same old so-so? Make it a Primo, located in Rio Grande. Lucky Bones in Cape May. The warmth of a hometown atmosphere. Great food with great friends and ice-cold craft beer. Lucky Bones at the foot of the bridge in Cape May. So Wildwood scores 9 straight points. Here's another outlet pass stolen away by Tracy Young. Wildwood with the 4-point lead. McCracken back to Young, and the layup is good. Wildwood has just exploded after giving up the first 5 points. Here's Giuliano. Passes back to Mazantov. And now it's Christina Mazantov lobbing. High post to Franny. Mazantov drives. Tipped away. She picks up the loose ball. Throws out high. And it goes into the backcourt. And out of bounds. And Wildwood will have it.
Well, Brian, Buena jumped out to that 5-0 lead. They have not missed they haven't even missed a field goal, but they've turned it over 6 consecutive times.
Yeah, they've only attempted 2 field goals. Here's Lugo, center of the floor, lobs in the corner to Benechu. Benechu looking, flips it back out to Lugo. Lugo goes right side to Hans. Baseline drive, shut off. Hands to McCracken on the wing. McCracken double-teamed, lost the ball, got it back, and we're going to have a jump ball possession to Wildwood.
And Wildwood fortunate right there. That was turning into a turnover situation.
You can't start a dribble, buddy, with your back to the defense. That's what McCracken did, and Buena did a good job of digging in
and
knocking the ball loose. Inbound pass to McCracken, stops, holding at the top of the key, flips it in the corner to Benechu. Benechu looks, goes to Young. Young turns, squares, kicks to Lugo. In the corner to backside defense, but he got caught watching the ball, and Benechu slipped in and stole it.
Wildwood doing a great job with ball movement right now. Really sharing the ball, making that extra pass, and finding the teammate for a layup.
Franny Mazatov out top. Goes to Bridget Giuliano. Now it's Haley Carano to Maxwell. Pass up high to Christina Mazantov. She can't handle it. It goes off her fingertips and out of bounds. Couple of subs into the game for Buena. Tanya Shakowski. We were told before the game that she was a starter, and that must have been a late change. And Imani Draper also coming in. 13-5 Wildwood. They have scored 13 straight points after giving up the first 5. Left side, Benechu. Holding. Looking in the post, bounces, shovels it to Young. Young kicks out to Hans. Hans for 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Buena. And now here's Christina Mazantov coming up for the Chiefs. Gets around Benechu, driving right side. Good help by Tracy Young to shut that drive off. Giuliano resets for Buena. Lobs it, and it's stolen away. No, a jump ball. McCracken couldn't rip it out fast enough of the hands of Tanya Shakowski, and the officials call it a jump ball.
And Shakowski is a 5'10 freshman. Did a good job that time of hanging on.
Gabby Keown into the game for the first time for Wildwood. Here's a pass. That's errant and just trickles out of bounds. It'll go over to Wildwood, and another turnover on the Buena Chiefs.
Well, again, Brian, that's 8 straight possessions that Buena's turned the ball over. They are 2 for 2 from the floor, but turned it over 8 consecutive times.
Here's Hans holding left side. Goes back out to Young.
Oh.
Young nearly traveled. Flips to Hans. Hans steps in. 17-footer. Got it.
Good decision that time by the 5'8 freshman for Wildwood, Jenna Hans. Instead of launching that 3.
Giuliano nearly lost it. It's loose. Tipped around. Oh, wow. Buena comes out of there with it. Going to the basket is Giuliano and lays it up and in. She's got all 7 of Buena's points, but Wildwood is up 15-7. Lobbed in the corner. Benechu for 3. That's an air ball. Rebound brought down by Imani Draper of Buena.
1:43 to play first quarter. It's Wildwood 15. Buena
Outlet,
Regional 7.
Pass into the post. Stolen away. What a great play by Benechu. Got it to McCracken, to Keown, and the layup is good.
And again, unselfishness that time by Maddie McCracken. And Keown gets the easy layup.
Giuliano kicks it back out after breaking the pressure. She has it on the wing, and then she goes too fast and travels. 17-7 Wildwood, 1:21 to go first quarter. And here come the Lady Warriors. McCracken left side to Leah Benechu. Benechu goes up high to Keown.
Keown still in that box and 1.
Yes. Benechu with it, lobs high post to Young. Try to pass across. It was a good look, but it was tipped by a Buena player and out of bounds. 1:02 to go first quarter.
It was a good look. That's the situation where Tracy Young needs to show a ball fake, then come back to who she wanted to throw it to. It would have been wide open.
Young, top of the key, hands off to McCracken. McCracken into the lane, floater off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Benechu comes out of there with it. Goes to Tracy Young, center of the floor to McCracken. McCracken backs away, dribbles, gets into the paint, kicks out to Benechu. Benechu driving right to the basket, off the glass, no good though. Long rebound to Hans, and now it's McCracken. And now Wildwood has possession arrow. Maybe they hold for 1 here. I don't know.
Brian, they have 7 offensive rebounds.
Keown, high post to Young. Great backdoor look. The layup is good by Jenna Hans. Here is Giuliano, center of the floor to Draper. Wildwood.
That foul's going to be called on number 15, Tracy Young, the 5'8 senior forward. She's going to pick up her first. It will be the team's second. 6.7 seconds to play in the first quarter.
This is Christina Mazentov at the line. First free throw rattles in. And it's 19-8 Wildwood. 6.7 seconds to go first quarter. Jasmine Parker has checked in for Wildwood. Second free throw on the way, and that one's good. Hans looking to get it in. Lobs it out to McCracken. 6 seconds to go. Here goes McCracken into the lane, to the basket. Shot blocked, and the buzzer will sound to end the first quarter. Good quarter for Wildwood after the slow start. They lead Buena 19-9. Back after this, 30-second timeout on 98.7 The Coast. How many turnovers did they have?
9.
9. All right, Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbotton, back on 98.7 The Coast at coastsportstoday.com. And Buddy, you know, if you were a fan of Wildwood, and I told you that Buena made all of their field goal attempts in the first quarter, you might say, uh-oh. But Buena is 3 for 3 from the field, but they turned the ball over 9 times in the first quarter. And after Buena took a 5-0 lead, Wildwood scored 13 straight points, and now they have a 10-point lead at 19-9 to start the second quarter.
And Wildwood shot 9 for 16 inside the arc, 0 for 5 from beyond. And the Warriors, because Buena did not miss, did not have a defensive rebound, but they had 7 offensive rebounds.
Here's Hans, left side for Wildwood as they begin the second quarter with possession. Buena still in a box and 1 on Maddie McCracken. Keown drives, kicks to Hans. Hans driving baseline, passes across to Parker. It's knocked out of bounds by Buena, and Wildwood will have it.
And Brian, to that 9 turnovers that Buena had, Wildwood turned it over just one time.
Tracy Young coming back into the game, replacing Benechu. So this is about as big of a lineup as Wildwood can have, even though the tallest player on the floor is only 5'8". They run a screen for the screener, shot blocked, but McCracken comes away with the offensive rebound. High post pass to Young. Young dips in. Shot is no good, but there's a foul. It's a good call by the official. Buena player actually shoved her hip out into Young as she dribbled the basketball. So Wildwood will have possession underneath.
And that foul will be on number 15. Franny Mausentov.
Yeah, a little bit of a late whistle, but it was a correct one. They get it into McCracken. McCracken in the paint. Shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound brought down by Buena. And here come the Chiefs. Bridget Giuliano. Cross midcourt, passes too high. Saved in bounds, though. And now a jumper's on the way by Carano. That's no good. That's Buena's first miss. Good box out by Jasmine Parker, and she is fouled from behind by a Buena player. And that foul is going to go against Franny Mausentov. And Amani Draper will check in. And that's Mausentov's third, buddy?
Yes, it is. The senior, just like that, picked up her second and third foul. She will be subbed out for.
Hans goes to Keown. Back to Hans. In the corner, McCracken. McCracken driving in the lane, passing across. Young dips in, layup is good. Boy, is Maddie McCracken being a great facilitator tonight, buddy. Giuliano pass is stolen. Ball was loose, picked up by Tracy Young. Young to the basket, and the layup is good. Tracy Young with 10 points. Wildwood leads at 23-9. And center of the floor.
And Tracy Young has stepped up her finishing game.
Timeout, Buena. Wildwood leads at 23-9, 6:29 to go second quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout back after this on 98.7 The Coast.
Everything good?
6:29 to go second quarter. Wildwood leads at 23-9. We thank Principal Phil Schaefer for bringing us some water here at the broadcast table, buddy. I think we finally found something that he's good at. Bounces again to Draper. Oh, good backdoor look. Mausentov misses the layup, though. Rebound Samantha Maxwell. Kicked out. Jumper is good by Haley Carano. And here is Jenna Hans for Wildwood. Wildwood up 23-11, 5:55 to go. Here's a bad pass. Stolen away and going to the basket and laying it in is Giuliano. She has 9 of Buena's 13 points. McCracken holding. Takes it to the left wing, goes to Hans. Hans between the circles. Holding the dribble. Hands off to Tracy Young.
And
Young looking.
Doing
goes
a good
into
job
high
being
post to
patient.
Hans. Bad pass. Not a good idea there. There was a lot of traffic and it was thrown away. Here comes Giuliano. Buena can cut this to single digits. There's a traveling violation they had. Carano cutting back door, but she traveled with it. Michelle Lugo back into the game, replacing Jasmine Parker.
That last turnover against the Warriors was their second. Buena just committed their 10th turnover.
McCracken to Hans. Buena still in that box and one defense. Here's Hans holding, still holding. Takes the ball to the right side. Wildwood is running absolutely nothing right now. They bounce it to Keown, and she traveled with it. And Wildwood's going to take a timeout. 23-13, 4:45 to go second quarter. They're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here to tell you that high school basketball on the coast is brought to you by Sturdy Savings Bank, banking with a personal touch. They proudly support Cape May County High School basketball. Visit them at sturdyonline.com for all of your banking or financial needs. Reef Family Pharmacy, a full-service pharmacy located at 804 Route 9 South at Cape May Courthouse. They've been serving the local community since 2009, and they support all the athletes in tonight's matchup. The Mad Batter Restaurant at the Carol Villa Hotel is Cape May's tradition for more than 40 years. Open every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The Mad Batter at 19 Jackson Street. Sound Advice and Video, the local source for all your audio and video needs. Sound Advice, 336 96th Street in Stone Harbor, or log on to visitsoundadvice.com. 23-13 Wildwood, 4:45 to go in the second quarter. Well, Wildwood's had a couple of poor possessions offensively.
Well, Coach Kniff brought in some substitutions, and Wildwood lost their continuity.
Giuliano pushed the ball up the floor, and then the ball knocked out of her hands from behind and out of bounds. Beautiful.
That's one of the things you say to your bench players. If you go out there and you're not helping, then you're not going to get time.
Inbound, nice little inbound play to Maxwell, and she shoots the short jumper, and it's good. McCracken down the lane, off the glass, got the friendly roll. You're struggling offensively, give it to your best player, let her make a play. That's what Wildwood just did there. Christina Mazantov holding. Losing the dribble was Carano. Got it in the corner to Maxwell. Maxwell holds, goes to Mazantov. It's loose. She picks the ball back up. It's right side to Draper. Draper bounces. It was tipped away. Goes back to Carano. And now it's Giuliano. Holding against Lugo. Lost their dribble. Pass stolen away by McCracken. Did a great job getting up in the passing lane, and her layup down the other end is good.
Yeah, it was a great read defensively by Maddie McCracken.
She's got 9 points. Wildwood leads at 27-15. 3:44 to go second quarter.
She read that, picked it clean, and the end result was a wide open left-handed layup off the glass.
Pushing is Giuliano to the right side. Here we know, we actually had a player for Buena who wears glasses, got them knocked off errantly, so they stop play and give Wildwood the basketball. And they'll have it leading by 12, 3:31 to go in the second quarter.
No advantage, disadvantage there, so great opportunity to do that.
Here's Maddie McCracken, right side to Gabby Keown. Keown holds, lost the dribble, bounces over to Hans, 12-footer. Oh, in and out, but a foul. Almost made the bank shot. She was hit on the arm as she shot. She'll go to the line for 2 shots.
And they're going to call that foul on number 22, Haley Carano.
Wildwood, by the way, buddy. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
The sophomore, she picks up her first, and that is the team's 4th.
Wildwood, by the way, is going for its, Hans misses the first free throw. Wildwood is going for its 3rd 20-win season in the last 4 years. Hans at the line, 3:20 to go in the first half. And her second free throw is good.
And you know, Brian, that's a pretty impressive stat because teams don't play as many games as they used to. I mean, there's a limit. You can only play 26 regular season games. If you can hit that 20-win plateau in the first round of the state playoffs.
Yeah, you've had a good year. Buena turns it over, and the ball trickles out of bounds. Wildwood leading by 13. With a basket here, they could take their largest lead of the game with 3:05 left in the second quarter. McCracken holding, takes the ball to the wing, goes back to Hans. Hans bounces to Lugo, in the corner to Benechu. Benechu back to Lugo. Hans again. Hans holding the dribble. Goes in the corner to Benechu. Benechu tees up a 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Draper. And Draper goes to Mazantov. Christina Mazantov across the division line. Into the lane. Tough shot off the glass, no good. Rebound Draper and didn't get the roll. Long rebound, and the shot is good by Carano. 28-17 Wildwood on top. 2:20 to go first half. Here's McCracken. Holding. Nearly double dribbled. Bounces right side to Hans. Hans goes to Benichu. Bad pass. Giuliano tipped it out of bounds.
And again, Leah Benichu, a freshman, and that's freshman in experience. A ball fake and then a wraparound pass is the type of pass she needs to throw there.
Lugo gets it into Hans, who backs away. As the ball tipped away. Holding the dribble still goes to McCracken.
McCracken was really picking it up defensively.
Stopped at the top of the key, and then she is fouled. Hand check foul called on Christina Mazentov.
That's going to be the first personal foul on Christina Mazentov. The sophomore, her first, team's fifth.
Wildwood having trouble getting it in. They finally get it to McCracken, but Lugo violated.
Well, Wildwood, after turning it over just one time in the first 8 minutes, has turned it over 3 times here in the second quarter.
Oh, they've looked awful in the half court over the last 3 or 4 minutes of game time here, buddy.
Well, again, Brian, you can point back to when substitutions were made, which they needed to be made to give kids a break and get kids a rest. But normally when we see the 6th or 7th player come off that Warrior bench, they don't lose the continuity they did.
Here's Giuliano driving, shut off nicely by Young. Got it back to Christina Mazentov. Now it's Carano between the circles. Has the ball tipped into the backcourt and regains possession. McCracken down the lane, kicks out. Shot on the way for 3 is no good by Hans. Weak side rebound by Carujo. Nice job there by Nia Carujo. McCracken kicks to Hans. Hans in the corner to Young. Young holding, goes back to McCracken. McCracken, a lane down the sideline. It's tipped out of her hands and out of bounds. No, they're going to say she lost it.
Yeah, it was actually knocked off her left leg and then bounded out of bounds right in front of the official. It's Wildwood's 5th turnover.
Here's Draper for Buena. Got it out to Christina Mazentov. 44 seconds to go before halftime. High post pass. They go to Giuliano. She is fouled by Carujo.
And that is going to be the first personal foul on Nia Carujo. 5'3" senior guard. Her first, team's third.
Christina Mazentov. Oh, we have an injured Buena player here. This is Amani Draper. And she looks like she either hurt her knee or her ankle. Looks like her ankle. And she's going to have to come out of the game.
38 seconds to play here in the first half. It's Wildwood High 28, Buena Regional 17.
They tried another backdoor pass, and that one's too far for Haley Carano and out of bounds.
And that will be the 13th turnover against the Chiefs. The Chiefs did a good job in this period. They cut way back. They turned it over 9 times in that first quarter.
McCracken goes to Carujo. Hands back to McCracken. 18 seconds to go in the half. And McCracken just double dribbled.
And Brian, it's just the out of sync the Warriors, the Lady Warriors, are offensively this entire quarter.
Buena inbounds. 12 seconds to go. Here's Giuliano. Working against Carujo. Goes in the corner to Mazentov. Kick back up to Maxwell. Now it's Carano to Giuliano. Baseline drive. Jumper's no good as the buzzer sounds. So kind of a real poor last 5 minutes of the first half by Wildwood, but they still lead by 11 at 28-17. And we'll take a 4-minute timeout. We'll come back with the halftime report. South Jersey Group 1 girls basketball playoffs on 98.7 The Coast. Halftime, 4 minutes. Thank you. All right, back at the half, Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbot, and this is a South Jersey Group 1 girls basketball round of 16 game as the state playoffs start tonight. We'll have the Wildwood boys against Charlotte coming up at 7 o'clock. And at the half here, Wildwood leads Buena 28-17, which I think normally in any state playoff game you would take an 11-point lead at the half, but Wildwood really did not play well over the last 4 or 5 minutes of that first half. And, Buddy, they were teetering on blowing the game out, and then all of a sudden got very stagnant offensively and had a hard time just simply getting looks at the basket.
Well, and that's what happened. The continuity that they had for the first 8 minutes, 9 minutes of this basketball game, kind of fell apart. And I'm not blaming it on the substitution, but when the subs came in, that Wildwood really stopped being so efficient. And for whatever reason, they were never able to regain that efficiency that they were using. That first quarter, I mean, how many extra passes did we see for layups?
Well,
nice backdoor plays, cuts to the basket, into the post.
Well, I also think that Wildwood got a lot more live ball turnovers, buddy, and got some more stuff in transition. They are not the greatest half-court offensive team to begin with. They got to generate a lot of offense in transition, and they did that in the first quarter and not certainly as much in the second. At the half here for Buena, Bridget Giuliano has 9 points, Haley Carano with 4, 2 each for Christina Mazantov and Samantha Maxwell. For Wildwood, Tracy Young has 10, Maddie McCracken has 9, Jenna Hans with 5, and 2 each for Leah Benechu and Gabby Keown. It's a 28-17 lead for Wildwood.
And, Brian, when you look at the stat sheet, the Lady Warriors in that first half, they shot 13 for 29 from the floor. They were 13 for 22 inside the arc. They were 0 for 7 from beyond. So that 13 for 22, as you're talking about, that was part in that transition in that first quarter when they were getting some turnovers at midcourt and getting some easy baskets as they were pushing it down the floor. Also, in that first quarter, Tracy Young had 3 field goals in the first quarter that were all fed to her on the inside where she made nice moves and had a nice short shot to go up, use the glass, and follow. Wildwood, they had 10 rebounds as a team in the first half, just 2 defensive and 8 offensive. The 2 defensive obviously was because that first quarter, Buena only took 3 shots, making them all. Wildwood was 2 of 3 from the foul line. They turned it over 6 times. Only once in the first quarter, but they turned it over 5 times in the second quarter. And again, that hurt their continuity offensively. Buena 7 for 14 from the floor. They didn't take a 3-point shot. They had 11 rebounds, 6 defensive, 5 offensive, 3 for 3 from the line. They turned it over 13 times.
Yeah, so Wildwood with more than double the field goal attempts by Buena. High school basketball on the coast brought to you by Hemingway's at the Grand in Cape May, the locals' favorite for lunch or dinner. Hemingway's, oceanfront on Beach Avenue in Cape May. You can follow them on Facebook. Collier's Liquor Store right in the heart of Cape May is a proud sponsor of Cape May County basketball. Shop local craft beers and spirits today. And Guatita, the Greater Wildwoods Tourism Improvement and Development Authority, would like to wish good luck to all of the players in tonight's game. All-State agent Joseph Campbell, he's a proud supporter of Cape May County sports. Visit him in Cape May Courthouse for any of your insurance needs today. The Wildwood Business Improvement District, downtown Wildwood, is your place to shop, dine, play, and stay this winter. Great stores, delicious restaurants, spectacular salons, and warm, welcoming hotels. Wildwood girls up 28-17 over Buena in this Group 1 playoff. Back after a 1-minute timeout with the start of the second half right after this on 98.7 The Coast. All right, we are back at Wildwood High School. Brian Kniff, Buddy Tarbot, 28-17. Wildwood on top of Buena. We get set to start this second half. And, Buddy, as we stated that, Wildwood was really in position to take control of the game. And now, when you're a 3 seed playing a 14, and as a 3 seed, you allow that 14 to hang around, they're going to get more and more confidence.
Well, and that's exactly what happens, especially on the road. They're coming out now. Andrew Codwell, the coach of Buena, he was in there telling his ladies, hey, guess what? Anything can happen. This first possession, first 2-3 minutes of this third quarter are going to be very important both ways. If Buena can hang tough and keep this game around single digits, anything can happen, especially because of the 3-point shot.
No question. Buena with the basketball to start the second half. Giuliano working against Lugo. Now it's Christina Mosentoff. Holding against Leah Benechu. Lost the dribble, goes in the corner. Driving is Maxwell. Pulls up, jumper's no good off the back iron. Rebound Jenna Hans. Hans pushing, and it's her dribble is knocked out of bounds by Buena.
That shot didn't go in. That was a nice, strong move there by Sammy Maxwell.
Lugo to inbound. And gets it into Young. Young holding center of the floor. Still holding, goes to Hans. Hans in the corner to Benechu. Benechu back out to Lugo. Lugo to Young in the corner to to Hans. Hans to McCracken now. McCracken backs away. Passes down. What a great pass, but the shot is blocked. Maxwell with the block of Tracy Young. Mosentoff with it for Buena. Carano back out to Mosentoff. Carano again. Before Carano caught the pass, Mosentoff was called for a traveling violation before she let go of the pass. So Wildwood will have it.
I think Tracy Young was very surprised that Carano was able to get that shot and block it the way she did, Brian. She thought she was just going to turn, power, and go up. That shows you how important that little pump fake is.
Left side, Benechu. Looking in the post, can't get it there. Bad pass. Stolen by Giuliano. Giuliano to the basket. Layup's no good. Rebound McCracken. Wildwood's got to figure out how to attack a box and one. Because they are just, and McCracken turns it over, stepping on the sideline. They are not attacking this box and one the right way. At all. And right now, they're winning this game by 11 because they have more talent than Buena. Here's an inbounds pass. That's loose. Stolen away by Young. Hans with it. Goes back to Young. Young passes to McCracken. McCracken behind the back dribble. Takes it to the right wing. Goes in the corner to Lugo. Lugo high post pass to Hans. Hans swings it over to Benechu. Benechu back to Lugo. In the corner, Hans. Hans for three. That's short. Rebound to Giuliano.
Wildwood now 0 for 8 from beyond the arc.
Maxwell with it. Bounces to Giuliano. She was wide open as Lugo got caught behind a couple of screens, but the pass was errant and went out of bounds.
6:09 to play, third quarter. It's Wildwood 28, Buena 17. That's Buena's third turnover here in the third quarter.
Hans, baseline drive, 15-footer. Got it. Took one hard dribble, pulled up, and knocked it down. Wildwood by 13, matching their largest lead, actually. Here's Giuliano. Goes to Mosentoff. 18-footer is short.
Break, Wildwood passing ahead. Not over-dribbling. Young to McCracken to Benechu for the layup.
Pass in the corner, and it goes out of bounds. Buena player didn't step out. Giuliano, I think, was expecting a player to step out, and it went out of bounds.
Buena now with 17 turnovers. That's their fourth here in the third quarter.
So Wildwood with points on 2 consecutive possessions, and they're up 15 with 5:05 to go third quarter. Here's McCracken around a screen. Crossover dribble, trying to shake free. Passes down low to Young. The ball was tipped, goes off of a Buena player and out of bounds. Franny Mosentoff comes in for Buena. She's coming on the floor with 3 fouls.
That was a good idea, but the pass needed to be better. The pass ended up being a little too lazy, not enough zip.
Here is Lugo. Got it into Hans. Hans for 3. Rattled in and out. Rebound, Tracy Young. Good offensive rebound by the senior. Here's McCracken. Behind the screen. Gets into the lane. Floater. No good, but a foul. And I think that's going to go on Mosentoff, and that's her 4th. Yep.
And yes, it is. The senior, Franny Mosentoff, picks up her 4th. That's the first team foul. It's actually the first foul against either team here in the second half. 4:46 to play, third quarter. Wildwood 32, Buena Regional 17.
McCracken's first free throw is no good. She went through a stretch, McCracken, recently, buddy, where over a span of 3 games she made 26 free throws in a row. So it's kind of rare when you see her miss. And she makes the second. She's got 10 points. She's in double figures. 33-17 Wildwood. Giuliano for Buena. In the corner to Maxwell. Back to Giuliano. Layup. No good. Rebound McCracken. McCracken pushing for Wildwood. Up the left side. Now takes it to the middle. Drives. Passes down low. It goes out of bounds as it was tipped by a Buena player. 4:33 to go third quarter. Wildwood on top 33-17. Hans to inbound. That's to lob it out to Young. In the corner. Hans for three. That's long. The rebound will come down to Buena. And here's Mosentoff for Buena. Pass was too high and goes out of bounds. And Wildwood will have it.
And that will be the 18th turnover against the Chiefs. You know, Brian, down on the offensive end for the Lady Warriors, Jenna Hines is 3 for 3 inside the arc. She's made 2 jump shots from about the 12 to 14 foot range on that little penetration, couple dribbles, jump stop, shoot.
Lugo in the post to Hans, bounces to Young. Good ball fake. She passes across to Benechu. Benechu goes back to McCracken. McCracken pulls up for three. That's an air ball. Rebound brought down by Buena. Maxwell bounces across to Mosentoff. She drives and travels. And Wildwood will have it. And Wildwood's been a little better offensively, but they're forcing Buena into a lot of turnovers, and that's been a big help.
And that's the 6th turnover this quarter against the Chiefs, 19th for the game.
Here's Lugo. Pass into the corner. Tipped away by Giuliano.
And where I was going with talking about Jenna Hines right now in her shot selection, Brian, she's 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. At that point, if you're not making that 3 ball, just drive. She's already shown.
Bad pass by Benechu. Stolen away by Giuliano. Got it up to Carano. She is fouled.
A lot of athleticism.
Carano misses the first foul shot. Gabby Keown, Nia Carujo come in for Wildwood.
She leads the Chiefs with 9 points. She's yet to score here in the third quarter.
Tanya Sikowski's in for Buena. Second free throw is also no good. Tracy Young, the rebound for Wildwood. Got it to McCracken. McCracken pushing. Center of the floor. Stops. 18-footer. Got it. McCracken with 12. Wildwood up by 18 now. 3:10 to go third quarter. Here's Giuliano. Driving. Kicking. Mosentoff a deep 2. Off the iron. No good. Rebound. Saved in by Young. And got it to McCracken. McCracken pushing. Stops at the right side. Hesitates. Drives. Kicks. Hans for 3. Bang! Just like Buddy said, stop shooting it. She's in double figures with 10. Made a higher out of it.
I said take a dribble drive type shot.
Timeout Buena, 38-17. Wildwood, 2:43 to go third quarter. Back after this on 98.7 The Coast. Just the 30. So Wildwood has come out 10-0 run to start the second half, and they lead 38-17 over Buena with 2:43 to go third quarter. And timeout as Wildwood scored the first 10 of the third quarter. Wildwood with some pressure out on the division line nearly caused a turnover. Now it's Giuliano on the left side, goes in the corner. Maxwell for 3. That's long. Rebound tracked down in the corner by McCracken, but she couldn't stay in bounds. And Buena will have the basketball.
That was Buena's first 3-point shot attempt of the basketball game.
Mosentoff lobs, nearly stolen by Carujo. Now it's kicked. Maxwell driving. Shot up is good. That stops a 10-0 run by Wildwood. They lead 38-19. Here's McCracken, center of the floor. Goes into Hans. Hans driving. Shut off. And hands off to McCracken. McCracken lobs to Hans. Hans steps in. Stolen away, but re-stolen back by McCracken. Had her shot blocked. Takes the ball to the baseline and she gets her own rebound. Drives again. Little up and under, and that's blocked by Maxwell. And Buena has it. Down low, Maxwell. Shot up is no good. And the rebound brought down by Hans, and we have a jump ball. I think there was a mix-up defensively. Jenna Hans was playing zone defense when Wildwood was in man. And that's why Maxwell was wide open underneath. Jasmine Parker into the game for Wildwood.
1:32 to go, third quarter. 38-19. The Lady Warriors on top of Buena Regional.
McCracken holding the dribble. Lobs in the post. That's a bad pass. Who's she throwing that to? Going the other way is Giuliano, and Young fouls her, and that's her third. I mean, Maddie McCracken is lobbing a pass into traffic to Jasmine Parker, who really is not an offensive threat in that area. And it was an easy steal for Buena.
Well, Parker, just a sophomore, not yet has that experience. You know, as Brian just said, you really got to be aware of where you're throwing a pass to and what is the player capable of doing with it.
Giuliano makes one of two. She's in double figures with 10 points. Jenna Hans comes in as Tracy Young will probably sit the rest of the quarter with 3 fouls. 38-20, Wildwood on top, 1:16 to go, third quarter. Here's McCracken for Wildwood. Takes the ball to the left side, goes around a screen. Crossover dribble, baseline drive, back to Parker, shot blocked. Rebound brought down by Buena. And here's Mosentoff with 55 seconds to go in the period. In the corner, Maxwell passes. Mosentoff, 18-foot jumper short. Rebound brought down and laid up and in by Carano. Hans to inbound, got it to McCracken. 38-22 Wildwood. 39 seconds to go in the third quarter, Hans walked with it. And a turnover by Wildwood.
And that's Wildwood's 6th turnover here in the third quarter. They have 13 for the game.
Goes to Maxwell for Buena. To Giuliano. Pass tipped away. Maxwell has it in the corner. To Giuliano again. Pass across to Carano. Foul line jumper is good. 38-24, so Buena making a little bit of a push here. 10 seconds to go in the period. Fouled is McCracken. With 8.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. You know, Wildwood is struggling against this box and one, buddy. With a 14-point lead in the second half, I just pull the thing out and make them play me man. You got more talent. Here's McCracken. Steps back, fires a three, in and out. Rebound to Carujo. Layup is good. To beat the buzzer, and it's 40-24 Wildwood as they will take the 16-point lead into the fourth quarter. Back after this 30-second timeout on 98.7 The Coast. Start of the fourth quarter, Wildwood 40, Buena 24, South Jersey Group 1 girls basketball playoff game. High school basketball on the coast brought to you by the Borough of Avalon. Cooler by a mile. For a list of exciting events and sports camps in 2018, log on to visitavalonnj.com. The North Wildwood Recreation Center is a proud sponsor of high school sports and would like to commend all of the fine young athletes for their hard work both on and off the court. For information on all camps and programs, call 522-2955 or go online at northwildwood.com. Here's Buena with the ball, trailing by 16. 3-ball on the way by Maxwell's no good. Tracy Young, the rebound for Wildwood, got it to McCracken. McCracken pushes, backs away, crosses over. Baseline drive, wild layup attempt, no good. Rebound Maxwell, lobs it out to Giuliano. She goes to Carano, back to Giuliano. Lost the ball from behind. It finds the hands of Maxwell. Carano. Ball loose on the floor. Tracy Young diving for it. We have a jump ball possession to Wildwood.
7:27 left in this basketball game. Wildwood 40, Buena Regional 24. First round of South Jersey Group 1 playoff action. And after that impressive first quarter, Wildwood has really, as Brian said, struggling offensively. They don't have an answer for the box and one.
Well, that's why I said I just think at this point, pull the ball out, make them play a man. Here's Benichu, lobs across to Hans. Hans drives, goes to McCracken. She backs away. Gets around one defender, can't get around a second. Lobs in the post to Young, that's thrown away, but Young is able to pick the ball back up. And now here's McCracken again. Goes to Hans. Hans for three. That's no good. Long rebound to Lugo. To McCracken. McCracken driving. Shot up no good. Rebound brought down. And we're going to have a jump ball possession, Buena.
And that time the freshman, Tchaikovsky, was...
Giuliano goes to Tchaikovsky. Back to Giuliano between the circles. Goes left wing to Maxwell. Further in the corner to Mosentoff. Now it's Maxwell again against Hans. Pass out to Giuliano. Drives down the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound to Young. Young hands to McCracken. McCracken pushing. McCracken into the top of the lane. She is fouled by Mosentoff. Wildwood will have possession on the sideline.
With a second personal foul against Christina Mosentoff. Third team foul against Buena here in the second half.
Lugo having trouble getting it in. Goes to Benichu. Benichu lobs it up to Hans. Hans drives into the top of the lane. Shot up no good. Rebound McCrack. Boys game against Shallot coming up next. Here's a turnover by Buena on an errant pass. Wildwood will play Shallot in the boys game coming up at 7 o'clock.
Those turnovers just continue to mount for the Buena Chiefs.
McCracken in the corner. Benichu. Bad pass, but Lugo does a good job of stepping to it. And here comes Franny Mosentoff onto the floor for Buena with 4 fouls.
That was the 13th turnover against Wildwood High. Buena's turned it over 21 times.
Bridget Giuliano for Buena, working against Michelle Lugo. Gets a return pass from Franny Mosentoff, but lost the ball. Here's Tracy Young running for Wildwood. Young to the basket, and the layup is good. Mosentoff couldn't defend there at the rim in fear of picking up her 5th foul.
First basket for Tracy
Steal
Young.
by Lugo at half court. She'll go to the basket, and her shot is blocked by Mosentoff. Wildwood will have it. You know, we're being a little critical of the fires a 3. That's no good, misses everything. Young tracks down another rebound on the far side. Hans over to Lugo. Lugo for 3. Short. Rebound loose on the floor. Still loose. We're going to have a foul called on Young, and that's going to be her 4th.
4:41 to go here in the basketball game. A lot of 4s up on that board. It's 44-24, and we are in the 4th quarter. And Tracy Young just picked up her 4th foul.
So Gabby Keown replaces her.
But you're right, Brian. Wildwood is up 20. And it's one of those nights, first round of the playoffs.
Here's a steal by Lugo. Lugo pushing for Wildwood on the right wing. Stops, goes to McCracken. Ball lost, goes right back to Lugo. Takes an 18-foot jumper that's short. McCracken, the rebound, backs away to the foul line area, and now we'll reset the offense. Lobs over to Benechu. Benechu high post to Hans. Little jumper is good. Jenna Hans with 12 points.
Well, that little jumper really doing the wonders for Jenna Hans.
Wildwood by 22, 4 minutes to play in the game.
She's 4 for 4 inside the arc.
Mosentoff to Giuliano. Baseline jumper short. Got her own rebound. That shot's no good. Rebound brought down by Mosentoff. Here's Carano from 17 feet. Off the iron, no good. Rebound goes off of Wildwood and out of bounds.
3:45 to play.
You see how deficient Wildwood is on the defensive glass without Tracy Young in the game, buddy.
Yeah, that's definitely a glaring weakness.
Here's Mosentoff for Buena. Lobs it to Giuliano in the corner. Back to Mosentoff. Swung left side to Carano. Carano holds against McCracken. Lobs it out to Giuliano. Pass stolen away by Benechu. Benechu pushing. She is fouled at half court. And that's an experienced play there, buddy. Leah Benechu, as she goes along in her high school career, she had a couple teammates running with her. She's got to lob that ball ahead so the Buena
freshmen in some key spots. They play a lot of minutes, and that's how you learn. You got to play.
McCracken lost the ball. Now the ball's tipped into the backcourt, and Wildwood retrieves it. Keown puts the ball on the floor, drives into the lane, took one dribble too many, and lost it out of bounds. She made a good move to get into the top of the lane and should have hit that spot and elevated into that jumper instead of trying to.
Upside.
Franny Mosentoff in the corner to Sammy Maxwell. Good baseline drive, but couldn't finish the shot. Wildwood by 22. McCracken lobs ahead to Benechu. Her layup is blocked out of bounds. Jasmine Parker into the game, replacing Benechu.
And again, Brian, that's an incident right there. Benechu could have caught that, came to a jump stop, pump fake, watched that defender go by her and laid it up and in.
Hans gets it into Keown. Keown had some trouble against by the defensive Carano. Gets a return pass from Hans, throws it away. Giuliano with a steal. She's had a boatload of them, and she goes the other way. Missed the layup, though. Carano follows, no good. And McCracken saves the rebound inbounds for Wildwood. McCracken running, stops, pulls up from 12 feet. That's no good. Boy, McCracken's really struggling tonight shooting the ball. Buena running, and fouled is Giuliano, and she'll get 2 shots.
And they're going to call that foul on the senior, 5'2" guard, Michelle Lugo. It's going to be Lugo's second. Exactly 2 minutes to play here in this basketball game. 46-26, the Lady Warriors on top. And Bridget Giuliano going to the line. She's 2 of 3 from the charity stripe tonight.
First one's no good. Wildwood leads at 46-26, 2 minutes to go in the basketball game. And second free throw is no good. Here's McCracken for Wildwood. She'll walk it up against Mosentoff. Goes in the corner to Lugo. Lugo's pass tipped again by Giuliano. Wildwood, I just don't understand why they continue to try to make passes against Giuliano without using ball fakes. She's gotten her hands on so many passes. Here's Hans driving, bouncing across to Keown, and her layup is good. Gabby Keown's second basket. She's got 4 points.
Good look that time by Jenna Hans, finding her teammate going through the left side of the lane. And Keown does a good job using the backboard, lays it up and in.
Wildwood 48, Buena 26. Here's Carano for 3, no good. Maxwell, the weak side rebound. Her layup's no good. Jasmine Parker, the rebound for Wildwood. Here's McCracken. Comes up across the division line and goes to Hans. 1 minute to go. Keown drives, shoots a jumper. That's no good. Rebound McCracken into the middle. Got it to Keown. Fumbled the pass, though. And the rebound's brought down by Buena. Passing ahead. Missing the layup was Carano. Wildwood. As McCracken and Lugo will sit down with 43 seconds to go. Lugo to Keown. Keown lost it. Giuliano going the other way, and her layup is good. Lugo to inbound, and got it into Parker. And now Lugo will bring it up. 20 seconds to go, and Wildwood will advance. They'll play the winner of a game between either Woodbury or Leap Academy, which is going on as we speak. And Wildwood will put the finishing touches here on this win. Giuliano gets her hand on a pass for about the 87th time tonight and knocks it out of bounds.
And again, a simple little ball fake. It does work wonders.
Rios with it, stolen away. Carano to the basket, layup is good. And that'll do it. Wildwood wins it 48-30, and they will advance. This was not a Picasso by any stretch. And those details. We're going to take a 1 minute timeout, come back after this on 98.7 The Coast. Oh, what? All right, so a game that Wildwood was ahead very comfortably throughout, but certainly did not play very well. But they win at 48-30 over Buena to advance to the second round of the South Jersey Group 1 tournament. And not the best effort for Wildwood, but they will take it and they will advance. For Buena, who finishes 10-16, Bridget Giuliano had 14 points, Haley Carano with 10. For Briano & Sons, a proud sponsor of the Wildwood basketball teams. Whether you need masonry work, stone pavers, concrete, or more, call 522-3355 for a free estimate. The Bow Harbor Oceanfront Hotel in Wildwood Crest is a proud supporter of high school sports. When friends and family come to visit, don't put them on the sofa. Call the Bow Harbor Oceanfront Hotel. There are plenty of great in-season and off-season vacation specials to choose from. Call today, 609-522-3343, or online at bowharborhotels.com. Carini's open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch, dinner, pickup, or delivery. Carini's at 9854 Pacific Avenue in Wildwood Crest. Go to carinis.net for daily specials.
And, Brian, when you look at the stat sheet, the Lady Warriors, they were 21 for 59 from the floor. They were 21 for 42 inside the arc. They were 0 for 17 on 3 points, on 3-point attempts. 0 for 17. So the Lady Warriors did not make one 3-pointer tonight. They had 30 rebounds as a team, 15 offensive and 15 defensive. They were 3 of 5 from the foul line. They turned it over 18 times. 15 defensive, 11 offensive. They were 4 of 9 from the charity stripe, and they turned it over 23 times. So that right there, Buena just turning the basketball over, giving.
And they will advance and play Woodbury or Leap Academy on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, and we'll have that game right here on 98.7 The Coast. Okay, the Shalleck Wildwood boys game is coming up in about 40 minutes. That's a Group 1 game in boys basketball. 4th-seeded Wildwood against 13th-seeded Shalleck. Shalleck, I said Buena.